So the next thing we're going to do is set up our business profile. This is going to be right here over your gather your information. So if you ever wanted some quick information about your business, you would be able to quickly get to it. So I have a mock business and we're going to go ahead and put that information in. But in order to do this, we're actually going to pull up the instructions database because that's really going to help. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to click on legal business name and see what it says. So it's saying upload an entry is going to be text entry and business profile. Now it's already in the business profile. So now all I got to do is do a text entry. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to click this edit button and I'm going to click add text entry and I'm going to type in the name of the business. Okay. Next is the DBA name. We're going to click that. And it says that the upload method is going to be text entry and business profile. So like we see, it's already in business profile. We just need to add the text. Add text entry. And so a lot of times if it's an LLC, it'll have LLC behind the name, but you might want to go with another name, which is one without the LLC. So I'll just type that in. Cozy Clean. I'm sorry, keep opening other things. Next, we're going to do the business owner's name. So let's click this to open the page. Text entry, business profile. So as you can see, our instructions tell us exactly how to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and start entering that information in. So as you can see for the EIN, we're going to need to enter in the text. We're going to add it to the quick links. We're going to add it to the business profile. Well, it's actually already on business profile, but we're going to verify that it's there, which we see it, and we're going to add a file. So let's go ahead and do that. So text, quick link, and file. Edit that, add text. And so to add a new EIN in your file vault, you're going to type in EIN. You're going to click the plus button. You're going to open this up. So also we have to add a file entry. So we're going to go to file vault and we're going to enter our EIN. And then from there, we're going to want to go ahead and open up the page. And since this is a new file that we're going to be adding, we're going to want to put the date that we're uploading the file. I would consider the EIN to be a favorite, so I'm going to go ahead and favorite that, as well as click this to add it to the quick links. Your EIN is something that's going to be a little confidential, so I am going to go ahead and check confidential, just so you know, internally, that's not something you want to kind of pass out there because it is your company's social security number. File type, we would go ahead and put this under legal. Now we're going to go ahead and choose a file. And I am going to choose the EIN file. So now it's uploading, and now you can see Cozy Clean EIN has been attached. Now, if you had a link to a URL where your file is stored, maybe it's stored in like a Google Doc or OneDrive or some other cloud system, you could attach the URL to that right here. If you had any type of notes associated with the EIN, you could go ahead and add that as well. So there is that, and we've gotten all that information entered. And as you can see right here on the EIN, we're going to see the EIN number. And if we click right here, we'll be able to go to where our document is, which is, we uploaded it right there. So there's that. So then we're going to go next to our entity type. So let's go ahead and open it to see what our instructions say. We need to enter the text and enter a file, which would be like our articles that show what our entity type is. Okay, and so I'm going to come here and I'm going to add text and type LLC. And then you can add the industry category that your business is in, which this is a residential cleaning service. Your articles of incorporation. Let's go ahead and look at our instructions. We're going to need to enter a text, business profile, and a file. So like we mentioned, it's already on business profile. We'll go ahead and upload our file, which will be titled Articles of Incorporation. We'll add that new, then we'll need to click on that in order for us to go ahead and get our file. Okay, so now we've got that. And as you can see, that'll be attached there. And then if you have a DUNS number, we can go ahead and get that entered in as well. All right, so that is all for our business identity. We'll next go ahead and move on to purpose. So we'll go ahead and click on About. If we're confused about our instructions, we'll click there, and it tells us text entry and business profile. So let's go ahead and put our About in here. Okay. Now that we've gotten that, we're going to go ahead and add our mission, which is going to be a text entry as well.
Dasha, here is your reminder. Go to the bank. Dasha, here is your reminder. Go to the bank.
Okay, now that we have our mission in there, we're going to go ahead and add our vision as well. Okay, and now we're going to add our primary offerings. And here, if you had an offerings document, that is where I would go ahead and attach it as a file. Now we're going to go ahead and add our audience type. Let's go ahead and look at our instructions just to make sure we're on the right page. We have business profile and text entry. So let's go to our audience type, edit that, and add as a text. Busy professionals, working parents, and elderly homeowners. Now we're going to move on to our contact information. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to branding. And now that we're at logo, we're going to open that. This is going to be a file vault item. So I'm going to type in logo. I'm going to open up logo. I'm going to favorite this. Of course, we want to add today as the date. This is going to be a part of brand presence. File type. This would be, I would put this under branding. So since I don't see branding, in order to add a new file type, we're going to type in branding and type in create, just like that. So now let's go ahead and choose a file. There we go. Showing quick links. All right, there we go. And so from here, if you click this, you'll see the logo. And so now we're going to move on to the hex codes that are a part of the logo. We'll go ahead and add our font. If we had promo material, we would add that. If we had a business card as well as a media kit. Now we'll move on to public sites. If you want to rearrange things, so for example, TikTok is at the top, we can come here and put our website at the top. Like that. Now, your website, you're also going to want to add in systems and tools. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to type in website. Open that up. I'm definitely going to favorite that. Your website is going to be a part of brand presence. Your tool type, just click website. And then your username will more than likely be maybe like what your email is going to be in order to log in. So let's go ahead and put our email in there. And then whatever your URL to your website would be. So this particular company does their booking through Shopify. So we'll go shopify.admin.com/cozyclean. I'm not sure if that would be the proper URL, but we'll just add that. And we'll go ahead and show in quick links. Okay. And so from here, you can add any other social accounts that you have. So because we do not have a Pinterest account, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So there's two ways you can delete it. You can click these waffles and you can click delete, or you can open up the page, click the three dots at the top, and click move to trash. So I'm going to go ahead and move that. Okay, so now that we've got public sites updated, we're now going to move on to systems. So let's click this to get what our instructions are. So for this one, it says we're going to enter the text, so such as the name of the bank account. We're going to upload a file, any documents we got from the bank. We're going to add this to systems and tools so we can add our bank login information. We're going to add it to quick links so we can easily access it. And then of course it's already on business profile. So I'm going to go ahead and do the text entry. Add a URL, I'll just do pnc.com. Now let's add the system and tool. And your bank would be a part of admin support because that's something you would set up at the beginning of your business. Tool type, we're going to put this under. Does look like we have a finance, so we're going to add finance. Show that in quick links, and we're going to add the URL. Okay, and then last here is going to be digital calendar. We're going to add that to systems. For a digital calendar, we use Google Calendar, so we'll go ahead and add that. And then whatever link for your calendar, you would put that right there. Okay. And then the last section would be compliance. So if you have a W-9, an operating agreement, a business license, or business insurance, you'd want to go ahead and add that here. So let's go ahead and open that and look at our setup instructions. It says it's going to go into the business profile, text, file, a date, and quick links. So the date would be the date that the business insurance would be lapsing. So that way you know to kind of renew it before it does that. So we'll go ahead and add our date, and let's set our date for October the 29th. And then, of course, if you happen to have login information for general liability, you'll want to go ahead and add that to your systems as well. So we might want to need a new section for this, insurance. Show that in our quick links. If you have any documents or anything to upload, we'll go ahead and upload those. Okay. And so that's what we're going to set up for our business profile. So we have that. And of course, we just went ahead and set up some of our systems and tools. So as we're going through here, we can see a couple of things. Oh, so we actually created a new section for finance, but we had banking. So I'm actually just going to go through here and change this to banking. And then we'll keep finance because you can use that for something else. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And so now these different sections, there's things that are showing up. And if you go to your details, you'll now see all of the different things. And this is how you'll be able to tell what information you're missing from each one at a glance. So for example, we did not put the date added for these two. So I'm going to come through and just do like a quick audit to make sure that we got the proper information. We didn't tag all of these to the business journey. And so for this one item, the website, we don't have an icon for it. So if we wanted to get an icon, we can click this, edit icon. And then click computer. Okay. And so everything has a type. We'll need to fill in our URLs, which we can always come back at a later time to fill in those URLs there. If we have any file and media and we need to upload, it would go there. Of course, we'll want to go ahead and add all our login information. I don't include a section for passwords just for privacy reasons, but if you wanted to go a step further and add a section for passwords, you definitely could do so. In order to do that, you'll come all the way over here. You click the plus button. You'll type in text. Click it again, but this time type in password. If you click this right here, we can go ahead and get us a cute little icon for it, such as a lock. And we'll go ahead and drag it until we get it next to the username, wherever that might be. Right there. So now, okay, so now we'll have the username and the password all on one side. And so that is how we will set up our business profile and our systems and our tools.